You have been hacked.
I guess this is alright for now. Alright, so first off, let's just do a good old whois. Good old whois command, right? Hit enter on that shiz. Alright, so Viper is a tool created by a player. Supposedly. I would like to learn how to make this though, like make a little program like this. I don't know how to do it, but it'd be freaking sweet. So we're just going to map the same IP address. And usually what I do, I think, is we'll do whois and we'll figure out who's the administrator is and their email address so we can do some social engineering. And typically the person that sends me this mission will give me someone's name, but they want any user on the account. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to use this Viper tool to like scan the system using some of its functionality to figure out like who all is on this network. So if we can't like get someone's name, then we'll just send the administrator an email pretending like we're somebody that works for them, and hopefully they just send me the password. I don't know, we'll do an exploit scan, IP address. So we have to put in the parameters, and then the parameters are like the things that this ES code needs to like run apparently. So we got exploit scan, we got the IP address, we got port 80, and then I think the LAN is also required, but I could be wrong. I don't know. We'll just run it, see what happens. Alright, so we may be able to just go as far as this, right? So I could just scroll up to see if there's any users here. No active root user found. Yeah, right here, I guess, right? Can't change password for user Crippin. Y'all, we got gang members on here, chat. Crippin, cuz. Crip on these hoes, right? So we have someone's name and we have the administrator. So let's just pull up an email. We're going to take the email address from the administrator. And we're going to punch this thing in right here. CRIPON. CRIPON. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm using social engineering. And my mission was to get login credentials for anyone on this IP address that this black market dealer gang member dude's mission he gave me. So what I initially did was I did whois and then the IP address he gave me. That gave me the administrator's contact name, email, and phone number. The next thing I did is I pulled up the Viper tool, which you can find in the game. Be careful, there's some sketchy ones out there that I'm probably gonna get hacked today or something, because I feel like I went to the wrong website earlier. But what you do is you pull up Viper, and the first thing I did was I nmapped. So nmap is the command, and you have to get this offline, in-game offline. You can't. When you start the game, it doesn't automatically come with it, which gave me this information. And I don't really need a whole lot of information, but what I did is I did ES, which is exploit scan, and one of the ways that you can figure out how to get that information, like what this Viper tool can do, is you just type in help and hit enter, and then it will pull up all the commands that you're able to use in this program. And some of these things you can abbreviate. So like exploit scan, I believe, is the one that I just ran. So right here, it'll say this command will scan the library or IP for exploits. So when I ran ES and then the IP address, because that's one of the parameters that the program needs, I put the IP address in that the black market dealer gave me. I put in the port, which is port 80, and then I put in the LAN IP of this port. And then I hit enter, right? And then what it did is it gave me all of this information. And we got a name, right? Computer obtained with credentials from user Crippon. So that information right here is telling me that Crippon is a user on the computer. And the email that the guy sent me, let me just send this to make sure. Okay, yeah. I don't like to exit out of really anything until I get that deposit into my account, so I know I've done it right. But I ran exploit scan, and then the parameters that it requested. I got a user's name. I then opened up my email address, or my email.
Morning, Shannon. It's good to be waking up in space again.
Open up my email, and then I went to create new email. I clicked on it, and then I went to login issues, and then it says hello, and then I just click username, and I typed in Kripon, and it says I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens today that I can't enter into my workstation. I get the wrong password error all the time. I'm sure that I'm entering my password correctly. What can I do? Thank you. And the person I sent that to was the email address that I got from the whois command. So I did whois, the IP address Black Hat dude gave me the administrator email address. I then went to the Viper tool and mapped the same IP address. Then I did an exploit scan on it, which gave me a user's name, and I sent a fake email to the administrator of the network or whatever, saying, "Oh, help me! I don't know how to get into my email address. Please send me my credentials." And then I sent it out. They responded with my credentials. I copy and pasted that information in and sent it right back to Black Hat Dealer. You gotta think of a dude's name. I was calling Blackjack. Does that work, maybe? So I sent it back to Blackjack. We'll just call him Blackjack until y'all think of a new name. Once he responded with, "The customer is satisfied with those credentials," and the money was deposited into my account, I then knew mission complete. But I don't like to exit out of really any of this stuff until then, you know. I want that monies, dog. I want to make sure I get that monies in my account. So that was like one of the easiest missions you can do. And it's pretty much the only mission I really know how to do. I've done harder ones, but it kind of takes me a little while to figure it out. You can kind of farm those missions up to a certain point, and then it's going to ask you, or then it's going to, instead of rewarding you with money, it's going to reward you with coupons so you can buy stuff off the market.